Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are back in Brisbane. Yes, my WA tour has come to an end. If you were following along for that fun, I have posted the last couple of the vlogs, so you can go check them out when you want. Today I'm coming at you with another handstand video because that's the juicy stuff. And I am revisiting probably one of some of my most popular videos, which is the walking in a handstand. Now, at the end of last year, I was working with a client whose goal was to learn how to handstand walk, and through a bit of research, trial and error, trying out a couple of drills that were floating out and about there, I've collated a really nice list of some more handstand walking drills that will hopefully help you if you are just starting with handstand walking and you're really struggling with those very first couple steps, even just shifting your weight forwards, even just trying to get that first little hand lift off. If that is you, these drills and exercises are for you. For today, you are going to need a wall, so find a good wall space that you don't mind getting a little bit dirty if your feet are dirty. And let's jump straight into these exercises. Please make sure you warm up, do all that good stuff. I'll link a little warm up there. If you need one, please go and do that. It's super important for the health and the safety of our shoulders. So first off, we are going to be doing a tuck against the wall, and we're going to make sure that we are doing good foundations of pushing through our shoulders, wrapping those scaps around for us so that they are in the nice ideal position. From there, what we are going to do, we are going to be trying to reach that hand forwards, and when we're doing this, we want to make sure that we are keeping in that nice pushed tall position and not dropping our chest, which sometimes happens when we're starting to try and walk. And the other important thing is you'll see that I'm trying to lead this from my shoulder and not from my hips or my hands. Okay, so the next one that we're doing, we are going to want to have our back to kicking up towards the wall for this one, and we want to have our legs in a little split so that our back leg is resting on the wall. Now, in this shape, we want to make sure that we are far enough away that we can step ourselves into the wall. So we don't want to be too close and we don't want to be too far away. Now, we kind of want to use this foot that's on the wall as a little anchor, or a little point that's just going to assist us in this first step. So when you're first starting this, you might find that you have a lot of weight in that foot. That is so fine when you're first starting. You just kind of want to get comfortable, really trying to move that hand. To start off with this one, as you probably just saw, I'm just taking one step forward and then coming down, and I'm making sure that I practice that on both sides. Once you feel comfy with that, you can take two steps, so stepping one forward and to then be in line with the other hand. The next level with this is starting with our foot off the wall. Still in that split position, but when we take that first step, we are going to try and bring our foot onto the wall. So this is a great exercise to practice getting that step without the assistance of that wall, but knowing that it's there for you to go onto, because quite often people lead with their feet, and we really want to try and be leading with our shoulders because it's a very efficient way to handstand walk, because it helps keep our body on top of itself in that really nice shape that's really safe and efficient for us to be doing a handstand in. Once again, we can do a similar thing of stepping with one hand first and then bringing the other one and then bringing the other one in a line with the other one, and then making sure that we practice doing that starting with both hands so that we're getting lots of practice stepping with both hands. The next drill that we're going to do is quite a fun one, and it just kind of mixes things up again because we do a lot of like forward walking when we're learning to handstand walk, and I think it's good, mixes things up when we add in some like backwards and just some like walking in like other directions. So these are called wall pirouettes, and they are probably by far my favorite because they're a good fun one. So for this one, walking the hands up, walking the feet up, hands in to be relatively close to the wall, and then we are just trying to pivot ourselves around in a circle. The great thing about this one is you can have your feet against the wall for most of it, and it's just a nice fun one to practice sort of like doing those little steps round in a circle. You literally just want to take really little ones to start. You just want to take nice little steps to start to work your way around. There is so much construction happening. Okay, we're going to go back to the stepping into the wall one, but this time we're also going to try stepping back off the wall. So I'll show you what that looks like. At this stage as well, it's really important to remember that we are trying to lead from our shoulders and not our hands or our feet, which can be a really common thing for people to sort of get in the habit of when they're practicing these split drills. So we don't want to make that split too big, we just want it to be a nice small one. So a really important thing that kind of comes into play when you're doing handstand walking is the fact that that balance is shifting in your hands. So I will link my video up here about how to balance in your hands. This is just like a good basic knowledge, like even if you can already do this, I think it's really important that you understand what's at play and how that works, because when we are doing handstand walking, that weight is shifting a fair bit more in our hand, and we need to know how to recover that and use that to our advantage when we are doing handstand walks. Because essentially when we are doing handstand walks, we want to have a lot of pressure in the base of our palm to help lift our hand up and bring it forwards. We then want to be using our fingers to kind of block that extra, that movement and power that sort of comes from us walking. You can use this to your advantage, which you'll feel when you're doing these drills, is that momentum that you get when you do start to walk. Mind you, just watch out for those banana backs and leading from your heels. We want to avoid that. We want to have a nice stacked shape, which is why it's important that we're using those fingertips to block and push back that weight. So once again, I'll leave that video linked up there. It's just good to watch, maybe understand that theory and where the weight sits and like how that works. So check that out if you want to. The next thing you can do is those drills of walking into the wall a couple more steps in, just knowing that that wall is there and you can you're heading towards that, because some people, they do struggle with like the fear of falling over, which is a huge mental game and it's a really tricky thing. I do have a video sort of chatting about that mentality of it and like how to make yourself feel safe, so I will link that up there if you are struggling with that. Check that out. But you really want to aim on starting to get those steps, and this is a really easy thing to track your progress, because because you can see physically I'm taking one step and then you might be able to take 3 steps. And so you really just want to work on that handstand walking and really trying to take those steps. The final exercise that you can then do is also getting a partner to spot you. So standing behind them. I don't have a friend that can help me right now, but to stand behind you, and then you can walk like towards them. And this is also a great thing to do if you are struggling with the scary part of like falling over, is they can be there and spot you. They can either stand at the back, or they can either stand from the side and hold the backs of your legs and the front of your knees / quads, and just sort of like be there supporting you. And they can also really help you to stay nice and stacked in that straight shape, and making sure that you are not leading with your heel. Leading with your heels, there's a bit of a debate. Like, some people do prefer doing handstand walking like that. I prefer teaching handstand walking, leading from the shoulders and keeping that stacked shape, because I think it's more efficient, the amount of energy that you're using to hold yourself up, and I think it prevents injuries in a couple important areas, namely your back. That kind of concludes this video. If you do have any questions about handstand walking or any of the exercises, please leave them down in the description box below. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. With that, if you did enjoy this video, you found it helpful, give it a like. It really supports my channel, and hit that subscribe button to see more videos just like this, and the little notification bell to notify you whenever I upload a new video. And with that, I will see you all next time. Bye!